Hi everyone, Sarah here. So today I'm going to show you how to make your very own koi pond pen out of polymer clay. This one's in rough shape because my dog actually got a hold of it. So I figured it's a good time because I need to make a new one. There was a lily pad on top. But as you can see, and I just love clay pens. I've got a whole collection of them. So if you do like this idea and you'd like to see more, I have a milk and cookies one. I've got just all kinds of different ones, and I will be glad to show you more of them. So yeah, that's what we're going to make today. So what you're going to need is some just random tools like a roller and hold on. Some of your clay tools. Okay, a file for the pen, a cutter, a couple of your needle or dot tools. Okay. And now, I don't recommend you using a clear pen because they melt easier in the oven. I always just use, they don't have to be expensive. I think you get 15 of these for 97 cents at Walmart. And they're just plain ballpoint pens. And now I don't use the cap afterwards because I put my clay all the way down. You could, however, keep the clay on, mark it, and go from there if you would like to. I do not. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, I'll show you that in a minute. Your colors, you're going to need blue, some black, a little bit of brown. You're going to want two different shades of green. I have an olive green and a bright green, and then you're going to take a little smidgen of both of your shades and make one other shade of green for the lily pad. You're going to mix some orange and translucent. You're going to need some tan, and also either white and translucent, or like I'm using here, it's a pearl and translucent mixed together. So those are your colors. Oh, and this is optional, but on mine is a little bit of like a glittery, you can't really see it, but I got these at the Dollar Tree, and I don't like them for makeup. It's LA Colors, but it comes with a little brush. I got all different kinds of colors, and I brush them on my clay when I'm done. So this is a bronze, let's see, what is it? Radiant. It's like a bronze, and I just brush a little bit on it when it's done. So, first what you want to do, obviously, condition your clay. Take your pliers and just pull that top out. Put that aside, you'll need that when it's done. That's it, except for, you're going to leave the back on. Take your file and just quickly file it down. It just helps it stick a little better. You don't have to go crazy here. Just a little bit. It's just enough to rough it up, get rid of that shine a little. Okay. And that's all I do. I just quickly rough it up. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Okay. So now that's all set to go. Just set that aside. Put my tools aside. And then you're going to roll out your blue clay. So I'm going to tilt the camera down, and I will either explain as I go, or I'll just add music and tell you what to do. So thank you for watching. Okay, so hopefully you can see. It's kind of hard to do this, but oops, get everything rolling at an angle. And you may find that you did not take out enough blue, if you're like me. So, because what you're going to want is to be able to set this and wrap it. Okay, so if you didn't, it's okay, don't fret, just go grab more and add to it. Just going to condition this real quick by itself. And then mix it in. If you had noticed on my pen, it's not very smooth. And I purposely did that so it looks more like water. I didn't want to smooth it down too much. So as I wrapped it, I just left it kind of bulky and everything. So okay. Oh no. Getting all kinds of stuff on here. You don't want it super thick. Because like I said, you don't want it to have to be in the oven for too long. I'll roll it out just a little bit more over here. So I'd say about that is good. What you're going to do is take your pen, go like this, cut right on the end there, but you don't need that, and just wrap that over, oops, and then roll it, so you have a nice clean layer. Don't worry about the top right now. If you have to, you could throw some more on it after. Because the top is a little tricky sometimes. So, now you got it like that. You're just going to roll it around a little bit. And as you can see, it does disconnect from the pen. It does not stick that great. So you just want to, you don't want to over roll it. I kind of messily do this because I want that texture of the water. So just kind of roll it in my hands. And you'll notice as you roll, up top gets chunky. Just push that down and over. Alright, and just basically, until you like the look of it, and you got to make sure that you trim the bottom, because you don't want that going over. Okay. So once you're satisfied with the blue, it's a little loose up here. Alright. So see how it's just kind of all chunked up and looks more like water. So that's why I like that. The other ones I usually smooth out. These ones I do not. Not the water ones. So let me get my blue out of the way here. And I always keep a towel so I can wipe my hands off. And the next thing you're going to do is take your tan. Oh, that I just got blue in. I'm going to roll that out a little bit here. And you just want to strip. Doesn't have to be real thick. Probably should have measured it first. That's too thick, so I'm going to... Alright. Take the opening, you're going to go right at the bottom, and you're going to wrap it around the pen. Then you're going to push that in, connect it, and through each layer I always go through and try to trim the end, oops, without cutting the pen. And so that's what you got for your sand. Alright. Next, take some of your brown. Roll it out. I usually start to roll and then cut that in half. My dog just took off with clay. Alright, so. Great. Let's get back to this. Take a little bit of brown, roll it out to a snake. Pretty small, but it doesn't have to be, tiny, tiny. And for this, I like to use this tool. It just picks up better. And what you're going to do is just break little pieces and they fly across the room. And right at that seam, you're going to just randomly place them around a couple different places. My husky just came over and gave me a piece of her hair. Okay. Oop, that was way too big. What am I thinking? And then I'm just going to pat it down a little bit. And I'm going to do that again, but alternate where the stones are. And these are actually a little bit bigger than I want them to be. Okay, there we go. So now... and again, they don't have to be perfect. These are just supposed to be stones like at the bottom of the pond. So, by all means, be creative. Just do it however you want. And then the last one I used actually 2 shades of brown. I'm not this time. Just used the 1 shade, but you definitely can use 2 different shades. And the other thing you do is take a little bit of your black. Okay. Roll that out. Take the pieces and fill it in between the brown. Like, that's an awfully big gap. Alright. Alright, and then do the same for the second layer. Okay, and you're just going to quickly roll that between your fingers and pat them down. And of course, always check on the inside of your pen. So you get the bottom filled with rocks, and that's it. Real simple. Spill it in. Okay. So next, you're going to take your original 2 shades of greens. Not the one you mixed together, that's for the lily pad. The other 2. And as you can see, what I did here was I did 2 dark, 1 light. You could do it any way you want. You could do it all 1, whichever you want. I'm going to do it with 1 light in the middle and 2 in the dark. I liked how that looked. And you're going to do 2. It'll be on either side of the pen. So, you're going to need 6 strips altogether. Okay, so let me put those 2 aside, and I'm going to grab my olive green. No. Okay. Again, this is just your own preference. You can make it more colorful. You can make it however you want. Colors and all that is always by preference. Okay, I want them a little bit bigger than those ones. So first I'll chop off these ends. So that's 1. And mixed it up. Roll this one. Okay, now the next thing you do is put your leaves together. So, arrange them how you want them. Connect them on the bottom. I'm going to take them and place them where you want them. Now, I didn't want to place them all the way at the bottom. I placed them like in the middle of the rock. Here you're going to get your little pointy tool here. It'll be a lot easier to secure it to the pen, or so I thought. Maybe not. Going to arrange them how you want them, kind of just however. And just pat them. This time I just pat them on. And that's it for that. And that's what it'll look like. And then you're going to flip it right over. Sometimes my dogs just have the worst timing. Oops. And you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Just connect them like that. Arrange them however you want, and then just gently pat them into the pen. Or use your tool, whichever one works easiest for you. And that's that. So it's pretty much all covered. Next thing you're going to do is make your fish. Okay, so I'm going to do one orange and one white. So I'm going to take my orange and translucent mix here. I'm going to take about 3/4 of that for right now. It might be too big of a fish. I'm going to roll out kind of a... Yeah, that's an awfully big fish. Hold on. You don't want it too big because you want them to wrap around. But you're going to make like a little tear shape. And then you're going to take your fingers. Can you guys even see this? I'm not even sure. Up here. Okay, and you're going to pinch the top and push down. Okay, and then you're going to gently do that to the top all the way to the back. Okay, and this is when also, if you want to curve its tail. Oops. Alright. Then you're going to take more of your orange. I'm going to kind of roll it out. You know, and I'm no expert. There could be better ways to do these things. If you find a better way, by all means, please share it. It's just fun. I have fun doing it. And that's basically it. I mean, okay, I'm going to kind of flatten the edges here. This is how I find to make the... Now that the dog just ruined my whole camera angle. Okay, so, can you see that? I hope so. I just flattened it with my thumb a little bit each side, and then I'm going to cut it. Oops. Okay, and gently pick it up. Oops. I'm going to place it on the edge. Okay. I'm going to do the same with the other one. Oops. Just kind of place it on top of it. And that will give you the little fins, which we will get to back to in a minute. Now with that same piece that I just had, I'm going to take a little bit wider piece. Do kind of the same thing, and then I'm going to flatten the very end of the tail here. Okay. That did not work the way I wanted it to. My orange is very soft. And then I'm going to put that and connect it to the back. And then kind of squish it out. Alright, now what you're going to do is take either your needle tool, dotting tool, one of the other tools, whichever, and just make a couple little lines in the fins. Just a couple little thin lines. And you're going to push in to make... Ow, dog, stop. To make it a little, I don't know, more realistic, I guess. Okay, and then just shape it as needed. The tail. Ooh. The only thing I have a problem with is trying to keep that shape. Alright, and now that you got the base of your little koi, you're going to place them where you want them. Up top or down or however you want. So I'm just going to gently put them there and swirl them around. Ooh. As you see, I just wrapped and pushed them down a little. If you have to make those lines again, that is fine. It's not a big deal. You're just going to wrap them around. This one actually wrapped almost all the way around. But you're just going to gently push them down. Fix them up to shape however you want them. Actually, can I move his tail down just a little bit? There we go. Alright, so now that you have them wrapped around, go ahead and fix the fins, or you can wait till you're totally done. Either way. Oops. Push the, oh, it's a little too hard. Okay, and then I'm going to take some black. Well, real tiny and thin, and you're going to cut out 2 pieces. Do not lick me. Thank you. And he's going to come in and lick anyways. Okay. And you're going to add 2 little eyes on both sides. A little tiny... Okay. Alright, pat those down. So you got your little eyes. Ooh, if I can hold it. Oh no, I just dropped it. Okay. So you got your little eyes there. Now you're going to take your black and you're going to roll it between your fingers and you're going to just tear off little pieces. Just tear it off and stick it randomly on them. Shape, none of that matters. They're all different, so put as many or as little as you want, wherever you want. So for the orange one, I'm going to put white and black spots. Please ignore my dog barking in the background. They're playing, so they're going to sit there and bark at each other. So that's what you do for the spots, and you'll do the same for the white one. It's just instead it'll be orange and black. So now I'm going to grab a little bit of my white. And again, just tear off little pieces. Little pieces, big pieces, whatever. Okay. So once you're happy with how many spots and whatever, then pretty much just you're done. I'm going to fix his head. Alright, and then you're going to move on to the whitefish. So take your white clay, and again, you don't want a huge fish. That one was actually a lot larger than the one I made for this one. And these two are pretty much, well, no, that one was pretty large too, so I don't know. What do I know? And I got black in this one. Uh-oh. That's not, actually, that looks kind of cool. So, I don't know what I'm doing. I was rolling the wrong way. So, you're going to go ahead and try to roll like a tear shape again to the size that you want. Oops. Then you're going to take your fingers, pinch down, and then just do that all the way to the back. Okay, so you get your base. Oh, I kind of like how that's swirled. Then you take some more and you're going to make the fins pretty much the same way you did. Now you could or you could just make the fins and place them on the pen and then place the fish on top. However you are more comfortable doing it. I do it this way. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just how I do it. So again, I'm just going to push down on each end. Cut it off. And stick it to my fish. I'll secure it more after. Just for right now, just want to get it on there. Oh, I almost put it the wrong place. Okay, well that didn't work, now did it? Alright, so I'm going to do that. Okay. Squish down the bottom here a little. Get the fin that I just completely messed up. What do you know? It's alright. It happens. And this time I'm just going to actually cut out the back fin. And then before I line it, I'm just going to add it to the... Right, so this one, let's see if we can start here. Right up to the top. There we go. I'm just going to gently push it down. I'm going to add my little lines. To my fins. Okay. Take some black again for the eyes, just little, but real tiny. Just stick those eyes on there. One eyeball is bigger than the other, that's okay. And take your black, put it in your hands, and just tear it off again. You're going to make some black spots for your white koi. Oh, black's getting a little too soft in my hands. I actually take another piece. So, ooh, that's a really big piece. Then you're going to take orange and do the same exact thing. Okay. Spin it all around your fish, however you want it. Get one more down here. Alright, so then That's pretty much what that's going to look like. And now, wet hands, you're going to take that color, 2 shades of green, roll it into a ball. Actually, you don't even need that. Take your finger, flatten it down. So you don't want it really huge. So I am going to trim this down a little. Pick it up and just recircle it here. So see, I'm just running it between my fingers. Got much smaller, but now I'm going to push down again. And there you go. So you get a little disc. And then you're going to take cutting tool, cut a little V out of it. Okay. And take your needle tool or any other tool that you use and make a few lines in it. Just make it more realistic. I don't know why this is doing this to me. There we go. Then you're going to take that. You're going to place that, oh, not there, on the top of your pen. And you kind of just wrap it around. Push it in. Oops. And that's how I do that. So it's like you're looking at the top into the bottom. Now if you wanted to, you could put a lily flower there as well. I don't want to, I just wanted that, but for this particular one. And there you go. And when you are done baking and glazing it, the pen, as long as, see, you got to make sure you keep up with this. And the good thing is you could usually still trim it down even after you bake it. So if you had to, you just slide it back in. And that's it. So, now if you want to add the, yeah, I just ruined that pen. This is the stage right before you put it in the oven. You would take your eyeshadow or mica or whatever, if you want, and go over whatever areas you wanted. I want to dirty up the sand a bit, so I'm going to add this bronze to the sand. A little bit heavier on the sand and rock area, then I will do the rest. Then I'm just gently going to take it and I'm going to sweep up gently through the water and the leaves, little algae. Gives it a nice little shine, nice little sparkle. Makes it really look more like pond water. I just really like how it adds to it. And that's it. Then you're going to bake it according to the directions. And glaze it with your chosen glaze. Put the pen back in and voila, that's what you will have. So, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you'd like to see more pens or anything like that, let me know. I would gladly do that. Please like and subscribe and have a good day. Thank you.